WTN TV Channel 10 presents Profiling Our Local Heroes. St. Martin understanding persons who has contributed to their community above and beyond normal expectations. Stay tuned. This is WTN TV Channel 10 Special Edition. Isidore York, the mighty Dow. Welcome to WTN Channel 10 TV, our program Profiling Our Local Heroes. As you're aware, presently you have been doing a lot for St. Martin, and I think not only do we honor you, but we also let the public know what you have been doing. I'm going to read something about you, which takes us back 22 years. Dow started singing Calypso in 1981, participating in the St. Martin Calypso competition in 1982 and 1983. He won the Rotomat title, first with the song Falcon and in 1983 with St. Martin Jamboree. In 1986, Dow's name became a household word when he came out with the song Rumba. It topped all charts in the Caribbean, then he made a smash in South America, Colombia and Holland. In Colombia, he was named King of Soca and the Michael Jackson of soca music. In 1988, he performed in Colombia for 10,000 people, and the second night to a capacity crowd of 50,000 people. Dow now have 3 albums. That's then. Should always be proud of the mighty Dow, the ambassador of St. Martin in the musical world. We all will represent and hope that he represents us as a musical genius. He deserves our support. Dow, I'm talking about 1988, 22 years ago. We honored you as ambassador to St. Martin in music. Since that, you have gotten many awards. I think it should be a pride, proud, and privilege for you to tell the public the type of awards that you have received.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I hope I can remember all of them. I mean, it's nice that you went back to the 1988 and I love a paragraph you read there because it says Dow was honored then as a music ambassador of St. Martin, and we hope he will continue to do good for us. And here we are now in
22 years later.
22 years later, and you see the trend that has been, done. I've been nominated in the Latin Awards of Music, that was held in Miami in the 1990, I believe, somewhere around there. I got so many local awards. The Tallahassee Foundation, which you're aware of, named me Man of the Year for my musical contribution in St. Martin, and as Outer World as well. But I think, and I've won many times. I've won the Calypso competition, road march competitions, and I think the biggest award yet for me was recently when I was inducted. Inductee into the Hall of Fame of IRAMA, International Reggae and World Music Awards, and also, receiving a Lifetime Achievement. I think I feel proud and honored to have received such award, the prestigious award, as you may say. And, from 1988, even before 1988, 1986, I've been working till present. And there's a lot of things happening. I do see, though, that, even those, if you want to say that, wasn't too keen of Dow for whatever reason you're seeing them, they can't, I think they understand the hard work that was put out. So I see the cooperation being more now then. So I think that's a good thing. So, I mean, Dow is still recording. It has been a while since I haven't done anything big for the outer world, but hey, that's all that. I put all of that to rest because I'm presently going to the studio now as we speak. As I leave here, I'll be in the studios and I'll be traveling out now and again, and people could look out for something very soon from Dow, new on the market.
Well, one of the things that I admire about you, one, and that's the reason why you are here today, WTV, WRMT and TV, and Tallahassee St. Martin Foundation has put a program in place where we'll be recognizing most of our local artists. We think Country St. Martin should have a platform where we all recognize our heroes so that in the long run we would have our kids, our young children realize, but wait a while, if he did it, I can do it too. So you all will be an example. You are the first one on the program because the thing is we have been following all what you have been doing. And the thing is, we could categorize you as a man of many talents. And we identify one, not only do you play one of the best steel pan performances you could ever see when you do, as was recognized at the CTO conference on the French side where you got standing ovation, but you also contribute your time to be able to train young people and even elder people, because I realize someone who's much older than
Yes,
you
sure.
is buying a pan to play with you eventually.
Right.
But the other thing is, if you look at Carnival, Carnival is one of our main activity, well, I say cultural event in St. Martin. You have been able to dominate that in certain areas, and I think it is something that not only would we ask you about your Carnival performance, your still pan playing, to be able to identify who Dow is and where Dow is going with the art form. Because even presently you are planning to do something tremendous for the event that's happening on the 11th of November. Could you give the public a little idea of what Dow is all about presently?
Well, that was all about what has always been. As I said before, it's been a long time since I haven't. I can't say traveler because I'm traveling all the time, doing performance here and there. But I think what the people should know, I'm putting back a traveling band together. I had a traveling band called Dow and the Super Mix Band. I
Okay.
think that's definitely going to be put back together. Musicians from Puerto Rico, Trinidad, and St. Martin. I think when I was asked by the government to do a special performance, I said, well, hey, if you will use the word special, let's make it special, and this is what will make it special. I have my own musicians, and then I feed it to St. Martin, and that will be like my launching of the relaunching of my group again. And this is the group that wherever I perform, this will be the group that I'm doing it with. And
Where are they from? Who are they?
they Puerto Rico musicians.
Okay.
Trinidad, we use a lot. I use the vocals, my background vocals. Many people know me for that. I love strong vocals. I work well with them. I record in Trinidad so many times. They know my music in and out. And of course, I will mix it here with my people
Your local musicians.
like Fred, my brother, basses, Young Dow, and then I have this saying like, instead of saying, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, I just decide we're doing it, and it's gonna be done, rather than too much, because a lot of times people do have the plan to do things and it don't come about, and the other guy always feel like, yeah, but you always say we're gonna do, so I try to get it more close to when I know it's gonna happen, and I say, right, and everybody needs motivation, and man, I'm so motivated and excited about the whole thing. And you mentioned Carnival. I'm a lover of Carnival. However, I must say that I do hope and pray that they enhance Carnival and advance it. So make Carnival is about everybody, not just one particular group. And even though, having said that, I would like to tell all the fellow musicians, the Calypsonians, don't just wait on a committee to do something. You should be doing something all year round, and that's what paid off in the long run. I love Carnival, but I decided like I don't want to get a headache over it anymore. Tao is, no, people have the tendency, and not that sometimes we say people, no matter what people say, in different aspect, yes, but we're looking for a different approach now. We're looking for the bigger picture. Not saying Carnival is not big. I think it's beautiful once everybody's involved and have it done. But we're looking to carry St. Martin name further and further out the world. The expectation of Mighty Dow right now in the outer world, everybody just like have the eyes like, let's see what he's gonna do now. So I have no choice but to go and work hard and continue producing. And at the same time, you have the youngsters, which you also mentioned. They have to see a purpose that the person who is ahead of them are being honored, being recognized, being awarded. That's good for them. So they have to come down and say, well, that record, I have to break that record. I want to do better. If they don't see that happening, they will say, well, what is the purpose? So all of that is.
Well, there's one thing I can say first that WTN have identified who you are. The owner, Alvin Abesi, his intention is to give locals an opportunity to be heroes in their own country. And definitely, when you bring your group to St. Martin to perform in 11, WTN will be featuring that.
Yeah.
They will film it and they will create an archive of what you did, because most of the things that have happened in St. Martin many years ago, we don't have anything that we could put our hands
Right.
on, whether in recording form, maybe a few articles on newspaper, but we are trying to make a difference where the visual stuff is much more enhancing when people could go back. Because you look 50 years from now, they would be able to see the Mighty Dow and Still Pan, because one of the things we're going to do with this program, not only will we have an interview, but we will be able to feature the different places you played, where you went, and how things went. So the people who are hearing the interview don't only identify you as someone talking, but they will see the action
Right.
in what you have done in the past. When it comes to the kids, I think most of the schools should even have that as a curriculum. I remembered some time back when I was talking to a department in Florida A&M University. They requested you and your brother to come up and create a curriculum where you all could come up and teach the students there to play
Yeah.
steel pan. And those are things we are still looking into. Now, I realize that here it is, you have been doing. I remember when we went to Trinidad, you almost did everything by yourself. I mean, you coordinated the whole thing, you ran up and down and get things done. How do you manage, even in St. Martin, for you to do what you do? And like I heard mentioned this morning, someone told you, but Dow, every time I ask you anything, you tell me you have to play there tonight, you have to play there this afternoon, you have to. How do you do it?
Well, I think I received this part of the whole thing from my dad. I see my dad work in the bank, work at the finance department, and then come home, drive the truck, turn around and play. And I always thought that it should be easier. So that's why I get involved in teaching the youngsters, even though he also taught a lot of young people to play. And I said to make it easier. So I think it's a routine in me, but I have to tell you, in a conversation, not only in the conversation, many times we talk before, we do need a team. Now, the hardest thing sometimes is to get the right
right
team.
team.
But hey, and then one thing I say I thank the Lord for, that if I was just a standoffer, like not being able to play any instrument for that matter of fact, maybe I would have been long washed away. So I thank the Lord that He gave me that ability. Like, okay, I had this approach. Like, okay, you're not gonna play, I can play. I could drive. But it comes a time in one's life, and I think now is the time. I mean, on my way here, the guys are playing. I had to leave the van and tell them pack up. Then I'll catch a taxi and come. Now, people will say, well, you had to catch a taxi. Go, no, we have no time to waste. Taxi is the way I reach here. So I think from that approach, it's a professional approach now. Not that it wasn't done professionally, but we need that professional approach right through from here henceforth onwards, because sometimes it hamper you. When I need someone is calling you, you're in the bank standing up in the line to make a deposit, you miss that call, you miss that work. So, but then again, it's all about getting the right people. But we hear this all the time. What is the right people? So we got to keep trying, and hope all the folks that work with us and work with our foundation, work with our NV, that they hear this program so they know that it's a serious thing. And I am them, they represent me, and I represent them as well. If I have the artists, and so it goes with St. Martin too. I mean, even from government, private sector, I always say I have St. Martin back. So from the government, businesses, and I'm saying everybody's looking for assistance. That's understandable, but there must be a measuring stick to say, Dow, yes, man, he's done well, he's doing well. Versus whatever, so they shouldn't hesitate. They know, well, the support wouldn't be just taking, out of context or for granted, or put in the back burner to see somebody working hard and in their field and forcing matter.
Well, one of the things